He won. That's how the story ends. One punch, one impact, and suddenly, everything meant nothing. You already know that part. You didn't come here for the victory. You came for what followed it. Because what if I told you, One Punch Man isn't about strength? What if it's about the emptiness that strength leaves behind? About the silence after the cheering stops? About the hollow space that appears when there is nothing left to fight? This is not the story of how he became the strongest. This is the story of what happens after you win. Once there was a man who wished for a challenge. So he trained, until his body broke, until his hair fell out, until even his soul grew tired. And when he finally reached the peak, when no enemy could stand before him, he found nothing. No wind, no applause, no meaning, just silence, crushing, endless, absolute. He called himself Saitama, but that was only a name. What stood there was a ghost. The ghost of the man he used to be. The ghost haunting a small apartment at the edge of a world that no longer needed him. Around this ghost, a carnival formed. A parade of people desperately trying to fill the void he created. A boy made of metal and grief, chasing purpose in the shadow of a god. A king built from lies and shaking fear, trapped inside a legend too big to escape. A monster who wanted to save the world by becoming the villain it deserved. A tornado of overwhelming power, locked inside the loneliness of a stolen childhood. They orbit him, pulled by his gravity, trying to understand the emptiness at the center. But how do you understand a black hole? Above them all stands a system, the Hero Association. They looked at humanity's fear and saw a business opportunity. They turned salvation into a subscription. They ranked courage. They priced survival. S-class, A-class, threat levels, disaster ratings, just labels on human lives, just numbers on a balance sheet. The real monster was never the one destroying cities. It was the one selling protection. And in the cracks of that system, something listened, the being called God. It did not create monsters. It answered them. It whispered to the abandoned, the furious, the forgotten. You are right to be angry. You are right to hurt. Now, make them feel it. It wasn't a villain. It was a mirror, held up to a world that valued power over people. A world that forged its own executioner from its own cruelty. And then, in the middle of gods, monsters, and corporate heroes, there is a man on a bicycle, Mumen Rider, no power, no strategy, no chance. Just a human being who didn't get the memo that the world had given up. When he faced the Deep Sea King, he did not win. He did something far more important. He reminded everyone watching what courage looks like. Not standing up because you can win, but standing up because some lines must never be crossed. He was the last heartbeat in a dying world, the final, stubborn proof of humanity, in a universe obsessed with strength. So now we see the story clearly. This is not a comedy. This is a eulogy, a funeral for the belief that power saves, a goodbye to the dream that strength is enough. Every character is sick in the same way. Saitama is empty because of it. Genos is running from it. Garou is screaming against it. King is pretending he has it. Only Mumen Rider is immune, because he never believed strength was the answer. He believed in showing up. So here is the real question One Punch Man asks. Not, can he defeat anyone? But, then what? What do you do when the struggle ends? Who are you when there is nothing left to overcome? What is a hero in a world that doesn't need saving? Saitama is the answer to a question no one should want to ask. He is proof that the destination is far more terrifying than the journey. This is the legacy of One Punch Man. Not the punch, not the victory, but the empty hand afterward. The silence after the explosion fades. The man left standing in the rubble of his own dream, wondering what to do with forever. It takes the ultimate power fantasy and reveals it to be the ultimate prison. He won. Remember that. The next time you wish to be the strongest, the next time you dream of an easy victory, the next time you look at a challenge and think, if only I had the power. Remember the man in the empty apartment, staring at the ceiling, listening to the silence, waiting to feel something, anything, in the perfect, endless, lonely victory. He won, and that was the tragedy.